coming soon to me. No parking in LA. So I'ma send a
Alrighty, hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're returning, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I haven't uploaded a video in like like a month and a half. And you know what? That's okay. Life been getting me. So today I have Twitter discussion topics or points or whatever that I'm gonna talk about with my brother because why not? I would like to hear his opinion about stuff. Let's just get started. I'll like put it up there on the screen so you guys know exactly what we're referencing. But I have stuff on my iPad here for us to look at. Okay, so this first tweet says Rosa Parks died in 2005. She had to have seen Shrek, right? So that got me thinking, what else came out in 2005 and what else has she seen?
I don't remember what else came out in 2005, but she wasn't watching Shrek, bro. No.
I think she had kids, right?
I don't know nothing about Rosa Parks except that she sat her happy self on that bus.
Okay, let's see what the next one says. Okay, what's an instant turn off for you? We'll do one for friends and then one for romantic relationships.
An instant turn off for me is if it's like a group of us as friends, if like we walk away from the group and your instant reaction is like, Caitlin just gets on my nerves. Like, I'm gonna look at you like, like okay, like I don't like that. Just like if you don't like people, I really don't
Yeah,
think there's a problem with not liking people and stuff like that. But just don't be in their face smiling and laughing and stuff if you really don't like them. It's really that simple. Even if like it's a situation where you're friends with everybody else in the group, so y'all are hanging out and like all that stuff, you don't have to be like extra friendly to them, knowing full well you don't like them. Just ignore
that's
them. Just
true.
act like they're not there. Because if you come to me later talk about, oh, Caitlin gets on my nerves. Duke is such a dumb dog, but you was all in Duke's face, petting his ears and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. I just think it's kind of grimy. In a relationship, it's got to be people who don't respect their families. You got to respect your family, dude, and it's just a huge indicator of the type of person you might be if you're telling your mom to shut up. I can't imagine. I've told my mom to stop saying things plenty of times, but I've never said shut up to my
Right.
mother, So, I mean, there's a certain level of respect. And obviously, as you get older, as we get older, we get more agency from our parents. But you have to be able to respect your parents. You have to be able to understand that just because you're not going to be like them in the future, you can't just be recklessly disrespecting. It just doesn't make any sense for you to be like that. Don't be like that.
That is so true. Some people really hate their families, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I get it. Like, if you don't have a good relationship with your family,
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. But like, if you're in a position where you don't have to talk to them, just don't. Let's see. A turn off for me in friendships, like when you're talking about something that you're interested in and the other person isn't, and they like blatantly show that they're not interested in like what you're interested in.
Oh God.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't have to like my hobbies, but
Mm.
like at least express that you're like glad that I like my hobby. I don't know, but like don't
Basically,
brush off like my interest just because you don't also like that thing.
right.
Or if you dislike doing it or something. Like it's just really dumb. Like I told somebody that I liked doing puzzles and they were like, who does puzzles anymore?
It's like
And
we're
I'm
past
like,
that age, dude. Like this isn't
it's a
elementary
puzzle.
school.
Like, why do you think they're still selling them? There's full walls of puzzles in stores. Like, I don't understand. Just because you're not part of like the target audience for something doesn't mean that like nobody does it. Let me see, for relationships an instant turn off.
Kids, I got a lot of these.
I'm serious. Like I'm like racking, like going through my file cabinet in my brain.
Yo, seek help,
I'm
brother.
like,
Seek help.
an instant turn off for me, relationship wise, is like if the guy I'm dating doesn't take my concern seriously because they don't see it as seriously as I do. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So like, if I'm like, oh, put down your phone when I'm talking to you, and they're like, they just shrug it off. But to me, it's like, okay, you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just like one example of like what it could be. But
Yeah.
like not taking my concern seriously because they don't see it the same way. or like as important as I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, that's disgusting. A lot of people are saying not keeping your word.
Not keeping your
People,
word.
yeah, like
Well, that's
saying you're gonna do
important.
something and then not doing it. Okay,
Oh my god.
so there's a screenshot of an Instagram post from a poetry book called Drama Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And the poem is, he didn't like drama, so I was effing Shakespeare. And I was effing Shakespeare, like they were Shakespeare.
Okay.
And the tweet says, I don't like this.
So I just want to clarify what the poem is saying. He didn't like drama, and I was Shakespeare, as in she is a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone quote retweeted and said, he didn't like Baja. And I was an effing blast. My thing is poetry is dying, and not because people don't like it. It's because people are bad at it.
That wasn't going the direction I thought it was going, but I think you're right. The thing about it is, I know this really great poet. Her name's Catherine, and she's really, really just a wonderful poet. She does a really good job of bringing back what I think poetry probably was and should have been. But anybody can slap together a haiku and call themselves a poet, you know.
That's
And the
true.
haiku wasn't even on purpose. You know, they didn't know they were making a haiku until after.
It's just for me, like, it's the same thing with Milk and Honey by that one girl, Rupi Kaur or something like that. And it's just like some of those were really good and they were really like, huh, like it makes you think. And some of them are like, you have mixed opinions about like how serious it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
There was a TikTok video of her reading from one of her poetry books. I don't know if it was Milk and Honey, but the way that she performed it, that was the first time in my life I ever visually like in my mind imagine myself jumping off a cliff. Because I was like,
Why does it go sideways with you so much? Like, I'd be expecting you to say one thing and you just completely take it another direction, bro.
but like I saw that video and I was like, what is she doing?
But you've already said that some of her stuff was actually good.
It is. Some of her stuff, she's like 50-50, like down the middle. Some of her stuff is really good, and some of it, it's just, you read it and it sounds like fillers, like filler poems. It's just like,
Mm,
I don't know who her publisher is, but stop pressuring her so much so we can get some high quality poems, okay?
this camera's crooked.
You're crooked. I just put together a random question. What's a food combination you like?
Like an unexpected food combination or something, or just in general?
It can be either or.
No,
I feel like you don't experiment with
I just
food.
be eating. I
Like,
don't be eating nothing crazy. I'm
like
hungry. I go
what
get some
happens
food.
is he'll wait for somebody else to make something in the house, and if he thinks it looks good, he wants to try it too. That's how it.
That's not completely true.
That's how it
Usually,
goes
I
with
don't
these.
I don't wait long enough for y'all to finish because I'm not about to wait around all day for
That is
y'all to
so
pretend
true.
like you chefing something up and then it comes out just straight cauliflower. All right, Moon's Wings and Hibachi down the street.
Uh,
Some chicken wings, some fried rice with some chicken or some shrimp is a combination that I had not thought about before because it's not like just regular fried rice. It's like low key like hibachi fried rice. It's good.
mhm.
If I have to give an answer,
I have a food combination I like that everyone looks at me sideways because I like to eat it.
here we go.
But it's the box mac and cheese, right?
Okay.
From Kraft, tuna, mix it in, and you put ketchup on top. It's so good. It's like one of my comfort meals.
Ketchup on top of tuna and mac and cheese is crazy. Like,
One time when I I made it again, except I added pesto and cream cheese, and I added feta crumbles on top with the ketchup and tuna still in it.
dude, you were just doing stuff, man. Seek help, bro. What's wrong with you?
All right, bro.
That's
All right. All
feta.
right. It tasted good too. At least I
You
think it
don't know.
tasted good.
She don't know what it tasted like,
I wasn't
bro.
really there. There is something I wanted to talk to you about: the Heat versus Lakers game.
Okay.
But I just wanted to talk to you about it because I know you watch sports.
But I didn't watch that game.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, I forgot who lost, but it was only by 1 point.
The Lakers lost.
You said you didn't watch the
I
game.
didn't. The Lakers lost, and there was a lot of controversy about missed calls.
Oh,
So much
okay.
so that they were like talking about how they sent, like, how the Lakers staffers sent footage to the NBA showing the missed calls. Then
Mm-hmm.
the NBA came back and was like, there were no missed calls in the last 2 minutes, which is almost always a lie. I mean, there's always a missed call in the last 2 minutes, dude. I mean,
Because somebody want to go home.
yeah, or somebody's got the over under or something, or they're just incompetent. And I
Someone
honestly
got a
really
little
feel like
shmoney.
it's not even like incompetence half the time. Like with these refs in like sports, it's not incompetence. It really is hard to be a referee in the professional sports world where everything is so fast. Like you're dealing with the best of the best out here on the court, running up and down the court, running up and down the field for football, running up and down the pitch for soccer, and it's like it's hard to catch everything because it's all moving so fast.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, even at like between high school and college, by the time you get into like those big D1 colleges, like those SEC colleges, those Big Ten colleges and stuff like that, it's a whole different level than your local high school game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you're picking the best of those people and putting them into the professional league where they're getting paid millions of dollars to just take care of their bodies and their minds. And half of them still can't even do that right. But they're still super fast. It's just hard. It's difficult for refs. So,
Okay, so second to last topic. I want to talk about icks we've gotten from people that we were talking to.
oh my God.
I keep bringing this topic up to David because I just think it's so funny.
She likes this ick thing, bro. She doesn't like it as like in practice. She just likes the thought of the ick.
Yeah.
Like she likes to talk about icks.
Like I actually don't really get the ick that often
Why do we call it the ick?
because it
Isn't
grosses
it
you out.
just a turn off? Like
Yeah.
y'all just gave it a
Oh
new
yeah, we were
name.
talking about this the other day. To me, it's not the ick. You just have a red flag or you don't,
Yeah.
or like just something that.
Like what's the ick? Why did that name? You know why it took off? Because first off, it's ick. It's just a quick, catchy thing to say instead of this is a red flag. This is an ick.
Mm-hmm.
But also because it was trivialized on like social media and stuff like that for people to just throw random stuff in there. Like the dude I was telling you
Yes,
about
bro.
that TikTok where he was he was in the hospital getting out of bed onto his walker, and his wife was like, "Oh, a new ick unlocked." Like, what are you in there for, dude? Like,
Literally.
obviously it was just a joke, but like
Like,
there are
what
people
happened to
that really
sickness and
think like
health?
that. Oh,
Okay, so let's just keep it simple. Name name a couple icks you've gotten.
how about you go first?
Let me see. Oh my gosh. One time I was hanging out with a guy and he was like interested in me and he asked me about something or he asked for something and I said no and then he did a baby voice. I'm like
Yo, a
and
baby
and the thing
voice.
is like I don't think I would have been like grossed out by it if I was actually interested in him, but I wasn't, so I was grossed out by
People are
it.
like that, dude. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. I dated a guy and we wore the same shoe size.
No, I don't want that. There's nothing wrong with having small feet, bro.
This is editing, Caitlin. I need my man to have lemon pepper steppers, otherwise it's not gonna work. Yes, there
There's
is.
nothing wrong with having small feet, bro. But if you waking up in the morning, you putting on her slippers, dog. Like, come on,
Dude, like I
man.
could literally put on his shoes. And they fit like comfortably.
Like, because they were worn in,
Because
you broke it in,
they
bro.
were my size.
That's crazy. I've never encountered anything even remotely close to that. That's
Okay.
interesting. I had this one young lady. It wasn't even a date, but like she. This is like very early in college, like my freshman year, back when I had my charger, and we went to Canes. We were just hanging out or whatever, and she like was like, "Oh, you got a nice car." And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, like thanks, but like it's really not that nice. Just a base level '09 Charger, but thank you, because some people, I mean, different standards, and some people just like the car. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna steal it. Don't be surprised if I steal it. I was looking at her like, okay, like it's the fact that she repeated it. I was like, okay.
She didn't even say it in a joking tone.
It was like, no, I think it was just her accent, but like it wasn't no joking tone. It was like, I'm gonna steal it. Like I'm gonna steal that car. I had this one girl. I had this one young lady invite me over to her room, and I went over there because like it's the dorms or whatever. And she like came up to me and like sniffed me. And I was like that was our first interaction at that
Oh, your
time.
first interaction?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I said,
that's crazy. I've definitely sniffed a guy before. Many a guy, but not on our first interaction. Maybe like dozens of interactions later.
it was just odd. She was like full nostril flare and everything, bro. And
Well, that's all I have for today. Do you have any more comments?
drink water.
Like,
Never mind. I take that.
any real comments?
I take that comment back.
Anyways, we're gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to have some discourse in the comments. I don't know who's gonna be watching this, but
You almost beat me for this.
we had to finish on my iPad because my phone ran out of storage. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Her phone is always out of storage, yo. Even when it has storage.
We'll see you in the next video.